What if I told you there is a way to beat cancer without drugs, without chemo, and without radiation? In other words, without destroying your good cells. Would you believe me? Well, in this video, I'm going to prove to you that based on a recent study, you can beat cancer and it won't cost you a dime. Hi, I'm Vince Ferguson, president of Body Scope of New York and the creator of the 6 Weeks to Fitness programs, where I hope to inform, encourage, and motivate you towards living a healthy lifestyle because health should be our number one priority. Check out this study.
Could skipping a few meals each week help you fight cancer? It might sound far-fetched, but new research suggests that one type of intermittent fasting could actually boost your body's natural ability to defeat cancer. A team of scientists at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center has uncovered an intriguing link between fasting and the body's immune system. Their study, published in the journal Immunity, focuses on a particular type of immune cell called natural killer cells. These cells are like the special forces of your immune system, capable of taking out cancer cells and virus-infected cells without needing prior exposure. However, there's a catch. The environment inside and around tumors is incredibly harsh. It's like a battlefield where resources are scarce and many immune cells struggle to survive. This is where fasting enters the picture. The researchers found that periods of fasting actually reprogrammed these natural killer cells, making them better equipped to survive in the dangerous tumor environment and more effective at fighting cancer. How exactly does intermittent fasting achieve this? The study, which was conducted on mice, involved denying the animals food for 24 hours twice a week, with normal eating in between. This intermittent fasting approach had some pretty remarkable effects on the NK cells. First off, fasting caused the mice's glucose levels to drop, and their levels of free fatty acids to rise. Free fatty acids are a type of lipid, or fat, that can be used as an alternative energy source when other nutrients are scarce. The NK cells learn to use these fatty acids as fuel instead of glucose, which is typically their primary energy source. The fasting also caused the NK cells to move around the body in interesting ways. Many of them traveled to the bone marrow, where they were exposed to high levels of a protein called interleukin-12. This exposure primed the NK cells to produce more of another protein called interferon gamma, which plays a crucial role in fighting tumors. Meanwhile, NK cells in the spleen were undergoing their own transformation, becoming even better at using lipids as fuel. What kind of treatments could this create? While this research is exciting, it's important to note that it's still in the early stages. The study was conducted on mice, and more research is necessary to understand how these findings might apply to humans. However, the researchers point out that blood samples from cancer patients show similar reductions in circulating NK cells during fasting, suggesting that similar reactions might be taking place within people.
So what does this mean for cancer treatment? Now, I'm no doctor and I don't play one on TV, so I'm not qualified to give medical advice. But I will tell you what it means to me as a human being, a fitness coach and personal trainer. This tells me that maybe, just maybe, we should not be treating cancer with all types of drugs. Perhaps the best thing we can do is to starve cancer cells, which is less expensive and less intrusive, less stress on the human body. But then again, maybe that's why they don't go the inexpensive route. Something to think about. Most people are not aware that cancer feeds off of sugar. That's right, glucose. The more sugar you feed cancer cells, the more they grow. And when you stop feeding cancer cells, they die, just like any living organism. If you stop eating, you're going to die. So if you stop feeding cancer cells, it's going to die. It's just nature, how nature has planned it. Bad cells cannot thrive when in an environment that doesn't feed it. Okay? But the good cells continue to thrive even if you don't feed it for a while. What does that tell you? Maybe your good cells need some help, support. By not feeding your bad cells, you're strengthening your good cells, or the NK, natural killer cells. These cells will get their food from another source. Now, this particular study was done on mice, I know, but let me say that this isn't something I pull out of thin air. Fasting has been around for thousands and thousands of years. Our ancestors fasted for days and weeks and didn't starve to death. They didn't know when the next meal was coming from. Okay, if they're hunters and gatherers, the next time they have a chance to kill, to eat, may be weeks from that time. So there was no guarantee that there would be food on the table tomorrow or the next day, like we have, the convenience we have today. See, when you're hungry, your body's preferred fuel are carbs. But if you don't have any carbs, your body will seek out its next fuel source, which is fat. And I don't know about you, but most of us have enough fat to last probably for a few months before we actually would starve. But I digress. I remember it was Mark Twain who said, "A little starvation can really do more for the average sick man than can the best medicines and the best doctors." Mark Twain knew this many years ago. Dr. Elson Haas also said fasting is the single greatest natural healing therapy. It's nature's ancient universal remedy for many problems. Animals instinctively fast when ill. And let's not forget Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, who I am often quoting. He said over 2,500 years, everyone has a doctor in him. That's innate within. We just have to help that doctor within us do its work. The natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force in getting well. To eat when you are sick is to feed your sickness. This is a doctor from over 2,500 years ago. Didn't have the modern technology we have today and the information. He was spot on then. It's almost as if we lost our way. Now, as I said earlier, when I quoted Dr. Haas, if you have a pet at home, have you noticed that when your pet is sick, he or she refuses to eat? It's innate, it's instinctive to them to not eat. Something is wrong. But when we get sick, we continue eating and feeding our guts, and it's something that we should not be doing. We should stop eating and you allow your body to work its own magic. It's the same with parasites. If you want to get rid of parasites, stop feeding it. And what do most parasites enjoy? Sugar, refined carbs. So it's the same. Parasites, cancer, fasting will get rid of both. We must make health a priority. And if you don't, who will? If you want to be there for your family, for your kids and grandkids, wouldn't now be the time to make health a priority? I think so. So if you like what you heard today and you like to see more videos like this and find out more information on how to keep yourself healthy, please like, share, and subscribe so we can get healthy together. And remember, we don't stop exercising because we grow old. We grow old because we stop exercising. Have a wonderful day.